Terence Crawford breaks down the Errol Spence retirement rumors. Is he speaking big facts or straight cap? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, so the homie Terence Bud Crawford recently voiced his opinion in an interview talking about whether Errol Spence Jr. should retire or not. Bud gave his take. I want to break down what Bud had to say for anybody listening.
This path demands heart, a steady drive that chooses pain and sacrifice over comfort. Because a legend is defined not by how they fall, but by how they rise.
Alright, y'all. So, basically, Terence Crawford said he feels like Errol Spence should take time out of the ring. He said he doesn't feel like he should take an immediate rematch. He said he doesn't feel like he should go fight someone else. He said he doesn't feel like he should retire. But what he should do is take time out of the ring.
See, that's where you're wrong, my brother.
He said that he feels like, when guys that are undefeated, he said, because he's never been undefeated in his professional career, but his as an amateur, he said that sometimes when you take a defeat and you've been undefeated for so long, it can mess with your mental. It can mess with how you think about things.
I got a right to be hostile. My people are being persecuted.
And he said he feels like if Spence took some time outside of the ring, that he would be able to clear his head and come up with a better game plan of how to give a better showing versus Terence Crawford. Not only that, Crawford said that he feels like Errol Spence might start questioning himself because of the way he lost. He might think that he's getting old. He might think that he's lost a step. He might think that he doesn't belong in the sport, period, anymore.
Mercy. Damn it, mine eyes.
To all of that, I just have to chuckle. Because, not once since the fight has happened has Terence Crawford even addressed the fact that everyone has been saying that Spence looked off, that he looked drained, that he looked like he didn't belong there because of the weight. He hasn't addressed this one time. So, now that everybody's kind of pushing this narrative of Spence having a brain injury or Spence, shouldn't be pursuing a rematch so quickly. Spence shouldn't pursue a rematch, period. It just lets me know that this is a narrative that is being pushed by some higher ups. And they basically want to do this so that Terence Crawford can move on and get some more lucrative fights and doesn't have to perhaps have a bad showing. Maybe not lose to Errol Spence, but perhaps Errol Spence comes back and gives him a stronger fight in the second fight. And it would actually prove Terence Crawford isn't this big bad boy of boxing like they want to build him up to be, the unmovable force.
What you talking about, Mad Dog?
So, it just lets me know, Terence Crawford, he did win the fight. Terence Crawford, a great fighter. But Terence Crawford almost starting to seem like a puppet to me at this point.
Put up my own money. All these moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. You're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours.
Because he's not even acknowledging the fact that, millions of people also saw this as well. And it's funny how, boxing channels and analysts that are Terence Crawford fans, understandable that they're going to push their guy and they're going to make fun of anything that makes it seem like, Terence Crawford didn't have this overwhelmingly lopsided performance. He did have an overwhelmingly lopsided performance, but there's an obvious asterisk next to that because you could see it written all over Errol Spence's face. And the fact that he won't even acknowledge that there was obviously something wrong with Spence. I'm not saying it was a brain injury or he's got some. No, he was obviously weight drained. So for him not to even acknowledge the fact, everyone's saying you won the fight. Everybody's giving you your credit for being undisputed. We just want you to kind of like acknowledge the fact that there might be a better fight at 154. Don't try to throw it away. You signed the contract. Errol Spence, he stood firm on his portion of the contract, whether he thought he could win the fight at 147 or not. He stood firm, took his loss like a man. Now you stand firm on the fact that you signed a rematch clause. Don't try to not acknowledge the fact that there is a rematch clause. There is a rematch clause, and you have to abide by that. So don't try to, convince fans that it's his mental state that should keep him out of the ring.
Is that a perfect little tiny squirrel face? Oh, I'm in love.
He's gonna fuck that squirrel, isn't he?
Try to convince, his team that they should have him evaluated or something. No, the man obviously was weight drained. He's been having a weight problem for years and years. The people who know boxing have acknowledged this for the past year and a half because we've heard him say it so many times that we have to acknowledge it.
God does provide. God provides like a son of a bitch.
Why is it that the only person and people who don't want to acknowledge it is Terence Crawford and his fans? It's like obvious that there was a problem. So I don't want you to say, hey, Errol Spence almost won the fight or Errol Spence was in the 147 fight. He wasn't. He was weight drained. He lost the fight. Terence Crawford is the undisputed champion of the world. But acknowledge the fact that you signed a rematch clause. Acknowledge the fact that you have to run it back now. Acknowledge the fact that he's going to be better at 154 than he was at 147. He probably already knows that. He's probably already had some, low-level fights, with guys he spars with at 154. He probably knows that he felt better at that weight. And he probably knows that at 147, it's just a point to where his body is reacting negatively. So we're not trying to take anything away from Terence Crawford, but don't push this narrative that Spence is damaged goods because he lost to you and he was clearly weight drained. No, he acknowledged, hey, I lost, I was weight drained, you beat me, you're undisputed, but you owe me something at 154.
And this being an example for what it looks like when we run shit. Everybody eats.
Acknowledge that fact. Don't try to downgrade Spence as a fighter or say he's having mental problems and all this. No, don't do that, because we're not going to do that to you if you lose to him at 154, even after giving him that beating. I'm just going to acknowledge that you deserve a rematch because you'll probably have a rematch clause yourself.
What the hell are you doing in my office?
You set us up.
I might have made a little anonymous call. You didn't think they were just gonna hand it to you, did you?
We got the crap kicked out of us because of you.
Tonight wasn't about fair or unfair. It was about achieving your objective. Did you even see that trophy? And when you saw it, did you want it? Did you want it? To own it? Deserve it? To win it? Then let's win it, you bruised up turd. If you really want it, I'll show you how to earn it.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are mad.
I got a plan, better yet a blueprint, 100,000 CDs trying to start a movement. Mama told me pray about it, you can do it. Daddy told me they gon' give you shit, you gotta prove it. So I'm back with my true shit, me against you like a bat against a toothpick. But yet I'm still on my cool shit, calming niggas down when they wanna pop a few clips. And leave your brains on your collarbone. Have your ass all gone like Carter Holmes. If you're feeling like but you a bitch, get your runway model on. I'm fly. You ain't never heard a track this clean, this clean. You ain't never heard a flow this mean, this mean. You ain't never seen a nigga this high, I'm high. You ain't never seen a nigga this fly, fly, fly than a set of wings. I'm fly, fly than you ever seen. I'm fly, fly than them other guys. I'm fly, flyest motherfucker alive. Show a player love when I approach her. Bang on tracks, keep my mic in a holster. Your boy ain't missing, but his face on posters. A young, fresh nigga, bad as fly as a vulture. I stay around dead guys, try and make my bread rise. Potent marijuana, give me red eyes. And I ain't lying, you can smell it on me. I ain't let the bouncer hit it, so he telling on me. Nigga, run along and tell your homies. I don't even know your homie, I can tell you phony. My guest list keeps some felons on it. It's like my lid got helicopter propellers on it. I'm fly. You ain't never heard a track this clean, this clean. You ain't never heard a flow this mean, this mean. You ain't never seen a nigga this high, I'm high. You ain't never seen a nigga this fly, fly, fly than a set of wings.